Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Seasons. Last episode, Data got the fourth Essence of Nature from Dungeon 4, and he'll be heading into Dungeon 5 a little bit later in this episode. He's able to enter Dungeon 5 now because he finally powered up the Rod of Seasons to its full capacity by visiting Symbrosia and getting the Spirit of Autumn instilled in the rod. So that'll allow him to basically pick up these mushrooms that were basically blocking the entrance to level 5. These mushrooms are also blocking a new patch of soft soil up here on Mount Kuko. So we're going to head up there real quick to just plant another gasha seed. We'll also go around and farm a few of the seeds that we did plant earlier. And then we'll head into level 5. Level 5 is a little bit shorter than level 4, so you could probably do it in one go, one episode. But I'm going to break it up into 2 again, because once I get the item from there's going to be a lot of things that are going to open up. Then I'm going to just basically step out of the dungeon and go do a few things in the overworld. And it's good too because it will it's good to leave the dungeon in the middle, because otherwise we have to do some extra backtracking. There's a lot of mine carts, and you'd have to reset one of the mine carts. And when you leave the dungeon, it automatically resets, so it cuts a decent amount of backtracking out. And I'll explain a little bit more when I actually get in there. There's another maple again. Let's head on down. Change the season to fall here again. There was another cave that's blocked off by mushrooms that you can only pick in the fall. So we'll go grab them. And this lady, she said a long time ago, she's like, after she gave us that well-seasoned pot, she's like, oh, ain't my thanks enough? She's like, if you want, come back and take a dip in my pool. Well, I just took a dip in her pool, and there was nothing in it. So I just wanted to show off that there's nothing in there. She said, if you take a swim, if you can swim, take a dip. Well, I just did. I think that would be like a clue that there's something in there. You know, sometimes, a lot of times the game will hide heart containers or a piece of heart in the water. But not so the case there. You figure that it just seemed like a perfect place, to hide something, because, the lady did say, if you can swim, come on back, take a swim. And it's been long enough since you've seen her, and then when you get the flippers, that most people might have forgotten. But nope, keep good notes, you won't forget. Take care of these pea hats. Trying to farm a little bit of enemies because there's that gasha seed that we planted over to the left. And this way, if we can kill enough enemies here, we can farm it while we're in the area. Just missed the Zoro. I'm gonna throw him, hit him with a mushroom. Alrighty, just avoid these plants. And there's, like I said, that treasure chest right there. Another ring for us to gather. I said in the last episode, there's 64 rings in total. You can get 50 of them before doing a linked game. The other ones all come from Oracle, are exclusive to Oracle of Ages. And so they have to be transferred over through a ring secret. So I'll be doing linked versions of both. From seasons to ages, and then ages to seasons, to get 100% in both of the games. There's a few new story things that happen. You get a little bit more if you've been following along with Maverick, Data's brother, over in Ages. One of the antagonists is Queen Ambi, and you get a little bit more of her story fleshed out if you do Ages and then Seasons. Although apparently the canonical way the game is supposed to be played is supposed to be Seasons and then Ages. And they can see that from the entrance, or from the entrance, the beginnings. If you notice in the beginning, in Seasons, Link is riding a horse during the day, and in Ages he is riding a horse during the night. So that's supposed to symbolize that Seasons comes before Ages, but you get, I guess, more plot resolve with Queen Ambi if you do it Ages than Season. Of course, we'll be showing, both off, so it's a good competition for these two brothers, Data and Maverick. Yeah, their dad, Denny, was always like, I'm tired of my two boys always fighting, competing, over who's better. We'll settle it with Zelda. Zelda and rock, paper, scissors. That's how real disputes are settled in the world. Some blocks. Change it to fall. And that'll help us, like I said, get into the next dungeon, Dungeon 5. But remember when we got the power of autumn instilled in the rod? Mittens, don't be so reckless. You can't talk about Mittens. One of the things that the fairy said was that leaves fill in pits. Well, there's all these pits over here blocking this treasure chest. Well, in the autumn, the leaves filled up the pit. So now we can finally go over there and get that seed. And now we can head on over to Dungeon 5. I'm just gonna have another, what shall I call it, revamped boss from the original Legend of Zelda. Alright, Maple again. Let's see how good that Maple ring is, which you encounter so often. Let's get the Pegasus seeds just in case she drops a ring, and she did, but I don't think we're going to be able to get it because she's right there. We might be able to. Nope, she got it. We'll see if we can get another ring from that tree. But here's the mushrooms blocking the entrance. To the south is that entrance to the original entrance to Ambrosia. Level 5, Unicorn's Cave. Like I said, we're just doing a short dive into here because the item isn't that far in the dungeon, and once you get the item, it pretty much puts you back basically at the beginning of the dungeon, and that'll be good because, like I said, we want to leave the dungeon. It will prevent a lot of backtracking. So we got some mine carts. We want to head up the left one later on when we go deeper into the dungeon, but one, you need the item for the room to the left, and then if we leave the dungeon, reset, there's going to be a block we have to, or an item we have to make appear in the room to the right. So right now, that left cart is, just dead end. So this is the cart that we have to backtrack to take back to reset. So I said by leaving the dungeon, we automatically have it reset. So it prevents that backtracking in the dungeon or riding that cart back. So it does kind of save some time. So So these blocks you can destroy with bombs. They look kind of like the ice blocks you can destroy with the magic wand in Link's Awakening, but they're actually bombable. And we'll be bombing them a little bit later, but I want to get some stuff from here first. Pick up some pots, jump around. There's those wisps that can crow-shoot. So that green ring is really coming in handy and allows us to defeat those red blobs with one hit. Normally, if we didn't have that more powerful ring, they would just split into two smallers. I was going to call them Zolan gels. That's what they're called in Legend of Zelda. But they don't look like Zolan gels. Souls look like little blobs, and then the gels look like little Hoshi kisses. Right. Got a key. And through this door we're going to find the dungeon item. So we have this ball here that has a big N on it, and we're going to learn what those things are. You can't pick them up with a power bracelet, you can't push them around. The only way you can act with them is with this item, the magnetic gloves. So they switch polarities. So when we're on the south polarity, and they switch every time you press the A button. So right now when they're on south polarity, they will attract any of the balls that have an N on them. And when they're on north polarity, they'll repel the balls that have N on them, and vice versa. So if a ball has S on it, then they will, repel that ball. So, yeah, like repels each other, and opposites attract. And the same principle applies with those. We saw a bunch of those stands that were around, those blocks that had like an S on them. Basically, if you have the gloves charged to north, you'll be attracted to those, and you can cross pits. If you have them on south, and you hit a south one, then you can be pushed away from pits to cross pits. So there's an interesting puzzle. This little almost, wherever we push it, it moves opposite the other one on the other side of the room, and so we just have to push it around to open the hut door there. Pushed a little too far, but use the rock feather to just jump over the pit, or jump over the staircase. I don't know if to reset the room. Got that back. So yeah, now we can use, like I said, we can use the gloves to pull that ball out of the way. Before we do that, we're going to head to the north. Some more stuff to unlock up here. Gotta get another key. Another thing the magnetic gloves can be used for is to pull the masks off these guys. And I guess they have no polarity, because it doesn't matter if you're using north polarity or south polarity. Either one will pull the mask off these guys, and then they're basically really vulnerable. I'm gonna get a boomerang, which hasn't seen much use. Recall the order you slayed the knights in. We're going to use our boomerang to hit these guys, because once we can hit these guys with the boomerang, then we can actually defeat them with a sword. First you have to stun them with the boomerang, otherwise you're going to have to take them out with bombs. And that's really annoying, because we want to just have these guys take them out one at a time, and remember the orders, like the statue said, we took them out in, because that's the puzzle to get us a key. We defeat them, and then treasure chests appear, and you have to open them up in, like I said, the order. If you don't open up the order, well, then you won't get the key. So I just started, on the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I got another key. Now I'll put those gloves back to use again. So see, it pushes it away because light repels and opposites attract. Pull off the mask. annoying room real quick. Ooh, push that guy in the pit, that's good. Yeah, there's an annoying room for the compass. I figured there'd be something better than the compass, but yeah, these things just gotta be kind of. That's like I'm thinking of Shooting Game Weekly, where they talk about shmups, which are shooting games, and one of the techniques they use is called tap dodging, where you just slightly tap the control of the joystick to do little micro dodges. It's good for like when you're like farming bullets that are chasing you for a pattern that lasts a long time and you don't want to use up all your screen space. So there's another seed that can jump across pits with the magnetic gloves. You can use the opposite polarity to pull across a pit. Now to get across the pit the opposite way, since there's no block on the other side, we'll just use the same field to push us away. Now these magnetic gloves will allow us to go to quite a few more places. First we're going to go here to Dungeon 2. You can get into this cave here, which we needed the we needed the Power of Autumn to open those mushrooms, and also then we need the magnetic gloves to use to get the item inside the cave. And while we're here, we might as well turn the season of fall also allows us to head over here and get the second gold beast, the gold moblin. So we've got the summer and the fall beasts. Now we just need the winter and the spring beast. Get our gloves on again. North pulls us across. South will repel us away. There's also another cave where we can use the gloves to get another item nearby here. So we're gonna go grab that item. But first, let's see if we can get some more items off of Maple. Ooh, she dropped the ring and went into the pit. Why couldn't the leaves cover those pits? Oh well. I said I'll probably end up having to do farming, off screen to get all the rings. Try to get as many off as I can, on screen. And now the screen to the right. There was, we need to make it spring, so we can use the one of those trampoline flowers. Propel ourselves up to the top of this cave, and inside the cave, well, once again we're going to be able to use our magnetic gloves to get an item. There's also a lot of items that we can get in new place things we can go and get in Subrosia as well. We ran into a few of those magnetic blocks, which is here in the overworld. The underworld also had quite a few. And those blocks in Subrosia, the magnetic gloves will basically allow us to get some new type of ore. Remember that last episode when we got the Spirit of Autumn in the Rod of Seasons, those Subrogians who needed the bomb flower to open up the temple, they said, hey, we're going back to the furnaces. If you ever have any ore you want to melt, just come back to see us. Well, now that we have the magnetic gloves, we can find 2 pieces of ore, the red ore and the blue ore, do a little side quest there, and that will allow us to get the upgraded shield. Level 2 shield. Level 3 shield, you'd need to do a linked game to get that. You get that from a secret. If you don't do the upgrades, normally those secrets will just give you like the, you know, that should give you the level 3 shield, will give you the level 2 shield. So it pays, you know, to do all these things while you can. Get all the level 2 stuff in your unlinked game. And when you can do the linked game, the secrets will unlock the, you know, the ultimate equipment that you normally wouldn't see if you were just doing a straight game. And that, like I said, applies to both ages and seasons. So in the end, we'll get like, you know, the level 3 sword, level 3 shield, get some level 3 type rings. And I mentioned earlier about Subrosia. Well, we're right here at the entrance to Subrosia. Let's hop on down to Subrosia. Although we don't have a lot of time, so we'll just end the episode here. And we'll do that little mini quest to get the ores. We'll also do the treasure hunting with those mischievous Subrosians. And see if we can get a gasha seed. Take care, have a good one. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.